Say amen to Sister Joella Thompson.
Thank you for being here. And so just thinking about how we listen to God, I'm going to cut across a little bit. So that requires us to have a little faith, right? And Ariana hit on that a little while. So faith is substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. We know that. We also know that without faith it's impossible to please him. For he that comes to him must believe that he is, and that he's a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Amen. And so when we think about listening to God, we also have to have faith in what it is that he is telling us. We know that we have hope, we know that we have a promise, and to get there we have to have faith, right? Amen. But in my journey, what I've learned is that faith is the vehicle, but really what's the fuel to that faith is trust. And we don't always talk about trust as much, but we know that Proverbs 3:4-6, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, lean not into thy own understanding, and all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. We know that though he slay me, yet will I trust him. And so what gets us there, the catalyst that gets us that helps us to move in faith, in my opinion, trust is the gas, it's the fuel. It's what pushes us. A lot of times we think, oh yes, I have faith. God's going to do this for me. I believe he's going to do it. But then when the time gets weary and when he's talking to us and we're listening, we get a little weak in that trust along the way. Right. And so what I'm going to encourage and admonish you on today is to think about, as you get to the hope, to the promise, as we're listening, as we have faith in what he's telling us, we have to trust him all the way through. Right. So if we think about it in many relationships that we may have, it could be, thank God we celebrated 15 years this past week. So, if we think about just some of us that are married in our relationships, if we have faith in that person, but we don't trust them, we're always checking every step they're doing, and we don't trust that they're doing and where they're supposed to be, that's not going to work out really well, right? Or if we can think about as parents, oftentimes we have faith. If I told my child they need to do this, I have faith that when I get home it's going to be done. But I don't really trust them, so every step of the way, I'm checking in, I'm seeing if they did it. Sometimes we're like that in our relationship with Christ, right? So he tells us, we believe, we say we have faith in that blessed hope. But when it comes down to it, when it doesn't look like we think it's going to look, when he's slaying us a little bit, we get a little bit weary in that, right? We start to second guess, we try to put things in our own, we try to handle it, and that is not true trust. True trust means, even though it doesn't look like it, I'm going to trust you to take me and carry me on. Even though I hear you talking, I may not see it, I have faith, but I have to trust you every step of the way. That's what gets us on across the journey. So I'm going to leave with you that as we're going through this journey, as we're trying to get to that promise, whatever that might be, our spiritual promises, and in life we have some promises we want to get to. Employment, family, but what I've found and what I've learned is that faith was never a challenge for me. The Lord has given me faith since I was a young child. Like we heard Chrissy talk and we heard Ariane talk. But what I'm going to leave you with is when you get weak, when you get a little weary, that's when your trust really has to be elevated to another level.